Well, to be fair, I think we're seeing people that are setting the tone for how to age in hip hop because it's still very much in that time of like most people that were there in the inception are still alive, right? Still around.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a time when they're not alive anymore,
Yeah,
and then
there
very
is.
much it's like now it's truly historical.
All right.
Right, it's like thinking about it like World War II. There's no one from World War II anymore, really. Right, they've all since passed away.
Right.
So now it's very much just history, historical context.
Right.
Who left things behind so we can know about this, right?
Right.
So we have there's another 30 years of kind of setting that tone of what that looks like and how does it look like to age in hip hop? How does it look like to then what is the next how do you grow and continue to grow? What does that look like? And people are setting the standards. Not everyone is going to be Jay-Z. Not everyone's going to be Eminem.
So
right?
No, they're not. And I think I can pick out like artists going through the 2010s, going through, the 2000s, the 2010s, and then now. So, right, like I can pick artists that were ready for the baton and for whatever reason, either the industry or they didn't want it. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't do it. So obviously we're a Kendrick Lamar slanted podcast. He feels like an artist that took hip hop and said, I'm going to make it my own, but I'm still going to hold true to the thing that makes hip hop hip hop.
Right.
Conversely, his adversary was just like, I'm just going to put out what's hot. And that what's hot thing is what I think is degrading hip hop, which is when you make lists and I'm like rolling my eyes like, oh, for fuck's sake, like just put 21 Savage on there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Which motherfuckers would, right? Like, motherfuckers like 21. I'm like, this nigga's not saying a goddamn thing. His entire album is the exact same thing. He's gonna say, I can verbatim. He's going to say "ops" 47 times in the across all the songs.
Yeah.
He's gonna talk about getting his dick sucked, and he's gonna talk about shooting niggas.
Yeah.
Like that's 21 Savage album. So the only thing that changes is the beats, kinda, right?
Yeah.
And motherfuckers gonna tell me that like that shit is fire. All right, I guess if you're fucking zombie, mindless,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's where we're at. So I know you're not that. I'm still mad about them two motherfuckers on your list, but
oh man, you give me an 8 out of 10.
I get 8 out of 10. 80%'s a B.
8 out of 10.
It's a B.
Yeah, it's a B.
It's a B.
It's a B.
So
It's passing. It's passing.
It passes.
Right?
It passes.
It's passing.
It
Again.
passes.
Well, yeah, definitely. I think having this conversation helps to get that point across, not only to me, but I think anyone who's watching, right? Because I think, again, we get so caught up in looking at what's out today, and because we still label it as like hip hop / rap, but it's really just rap.
It's really just rap today,
right? It's there's been other genres that have gone through this, right? Where it was two things, it was one thing, and then it became two things, and then it's like no, this became first, and then it became that. I can think of go ahead.
I'll give you one. Blues is blues.
Blues.
R&B is rhythm and blues for the kids who didn't know what R&B stood for, right? But we didn't call R&B blues.
Yeah.
Once you added the rhythm, it stopped being blues. Right. So it just became rhythm and blues.
Yeah.
We didn't do that with hip hop. Everybody's just coming to me again because I exist. Mm-hmm. I was there. I was born in the 80s, right? So I was there as it was gaining steam, right? I'm forming myself as these things are becoming popular.
Yeah.
Right. And while I was around while it was gate kept. Right. This was our thing.
Yeah.
And then as it got commercial success and more people started doing it, I had to go through that.
Right.
As I mentioned, you'll experience a similar thing with reggaeton. Okay.
Well, and I can even think to like again, because we just said there's people around who were there for when it started. People were there for when it wasn't cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? When it wasn't cool, when it wasn't safe, or whatever you want to say, right?
Whatever
all these things, right? Whatever
when it was just
when it was
thing.
anti, right? And then now it's very much not anti. It's very
not
much
anti.
Just popularized, right?
Exactly.
And I can think of a million different instances like that. And like anytime you have that experience, and anytime you're able to have been around for when it wasn't that and seen it become popular, you're very much. There's always going to be a frustration.
Yeah, I'm frustrated.
I'm mad.
Yeah.